Part 2. Oh my god.
Okay, so this part of the Q&A will be focused mainly on army men and future projects. I also want to add that I think my pointing guy video has made pointing guys a meme in the plastic army men community. Dash Remix asks, can we see your whole army men collection? Thanks. Well, of course, lots of people have been asking for this, so I'll show it off.
Well, here it is. My entire plastic army men collection. Yeah, so a lot of troops didn't anticipate that many greens. I mean, there's still more greens. I've still got a bunch of greens in here, blues and reds. Yeah, I can't really set them up because there's not a lot of room. But anyway, so yeah, this is my entire army. I'm not entire. That's all the tans, and leading the tan army, we've got General Tanenberg or Field Marshal Tanenberg, depending on what flavour of the week it is. And over in front of the Green Army is a very special plastic soldier. This guy, out of all these plastic army men, this guy is my, put that in focus, he is my first ever plastic soldier that I ever got. Well, he's the last remaining dude of a collection of original soldiers that I had. He's the last remaining soldier of my first ever set of army men, pretty much, so he's very special. Yeah, I've got about 6 green pattern tanks, a custom artillery, a couple of small tanks, jeeps, jets, helicopters, about 3 tan pattern tanks. My homemade wooden grey super tank, I made that out of just wood, and yeah, that turned out real well. And yeah, this is my army.
The army man asks, now where do you get your yellow army men from? Okay, so in this question I'm going to be talking about pretty much where I got my entire collection from. Well, like a lot of people, I got most of my army men from just user collecting, buying from different stores, $2 stores, Toys R Us, and eBay. And that is where I got my yellow army men from. I got them from eBay. Also, another thing that people keep on pointing out is why the yellow army men. Well, it's simple that that set came with yellow soldiers, and they're supposed to be on the tan side. But I have since repainted them a proper tan color, which is cool. But yeah, army men are hard to find sort of nowadays. You just need to search. There's no easy way of just getting the same stuff you might see in another YouTube video or something like that. It's pretty much just looking in the right places and getting lucky. That's how I got most of my tanks, was some very lucky finds on eBay and Toy Soldier Depot and everything like that. Just look around, ask people, and yeah. Downfall Dolphy asks, where did you get that tan general slash officer from your Army Men series? Well, that Tanenberg figure that I have has actually a pretty interesting story behind him. I didn't get him in a set or offline or anything like that. I found him in my school library. Yeah, so I went in there one day, and I guess someone brought in some army men at some point, because I was like, there was a bunch of them scattered all over the library, and I found Tannenberg underneath a chair. I just saw him in the distance. He was just forgotten underneath a chair, so I picked him up and pocketed him. And I also did the same with 2 other soldiers, these brownish reddish German soldiers that I've repainted one of them tan as well. And yeah, that's the story behind him. I've painted Tannenberg a proper tan colour now, because if you saw an Iron Man Battle for the Backyard, he used to be a pinkish, greyish, tannish colour, which wasn't really right. So he's now a proper tan colour. But that's how I got him. Like, it's a really weird story, but that's how I found him. Not online or anywhere. So he's pretty unique. Bagel Wrecker asks, how long does it take to make an Army Men video? Well, it depends on the length. A short Army Men video, like 1 to 2 minutes, could probably take about 4 days filming, maybe, depends on how much you do. And editing can take maybe 1 or 2 more days, depending on how much you go. But usually, for me, a Army Man video might take a while because of the editing and other things I have to do on my channel and stuff like that. I mean, my videos can also take a while if the weather's not behaving how you want it to and you're filming outside and stuff like that. So yeah, it usually depends on the length, but I don't produce anime videos as quickly as I do with Lego videos, but I probably could if I worked harder at it. The army man asks, I thought the greens and greys were allies. Well, concerning this question, it's about the video I did called Army Men Imperialistic Plastic Ambush. And the reason why the greys and greens were allied in that video is because it was paying homage and pretty much a remake to one of the first Army Men stop motions I ever saw on YouTube called Army Men the Series. In this video, a bunch of German grey army men were attacking a tan outpost, and one of the soldiers on the grey team was a green radio man called Pizzo. Now, because the channel never got around to making a full series, it was kind of unexplained why there was a green army man on the grey side, and we could only assume that the greys and greens were allied. And so in my video, that's what I did, because it was a recreation of it, so I decided to add a few more greens than just the green Pizzo Radio Man. I pretty much had that whole stop motion memorized. I watched it so many times, and unfortunately it was deleted from YouTube. Now, the main reason I think it was deleted is because it was called Army Men the Series, and the guy never actually got around to making a series of these, so he just decided to delete them or something because he actually never got around to making a whole series. And so yeah, this was my attempt at redoing that. I memorized the entire video, I recreated it, hopefully just to keep it alive on YouTube, and it's good because a lot of people seem to remember it and stuff like that, and I think people appreciate that. Tyler Brammer asks, Hey General, do you have any plans to do another Army Men video or stop motion movie like that again? Um, a Army Men movie like Battle of the Backyard, 12 minutes long. I would love to do another one at the moment, but I haven't really gotten around to doing a long one. Um, I would like to get around to doing one, but I am at the moment working on a bunch of more shorter Army Men videos that are easier to get out regularly for you guys to enjoy. And I am working on a sort of continuing series, or like a continuing story on one of my more recent endeavors in Army Men the series. But for a long one, I don't have any plans in the future just yet. Hopefully I can get around to doing one. Yeah, I'm just working on a lot of projects at the moment. Super long videos aren't really what I'm doing at the moment. I think the longest video that I have working on the moment is a Lego Star Wars Battlefront video, which has around about 5 minutes of footage filmed at the moment, which needs to be all edited and needs to be completed. I don't know when I'm going to complete that, don't ask. But yeah, I don't have any plans for a really long Army Men film just yet. Shifty Dog asks, what animation was the hardest to make? Well, what animation I currently have up was hardest to make was probably my Lego Star Wars looking for droids video, which was when I was just starting to get back into Lego animation after a really long time of not doing any, so that was pretty difficult. But a current animation that I'm working on that was pretty hard to make, I have to say, would be I'm making a Army Men the series episode called well, I don't know what it's called yet, but it was a pain in the ass to make. I was on holidays and we only had 4 days down there or something like that, so I had not a lot of time to work on it. Plus, it was raining a lot outside, so getting those moments to actually go and film was very difficult, and it was a pain in the ass just to film. But I hope you guys appreciate it when it comes out, which will be soonish. I just need to finish working up on some special effects for it, get some voice acting, whatnot. But yeah, that was a pretty difficult animation to make. Another one I anticipate on being difficult is my toy soldiers animation that I plan to make. I've already made the diorama box. I need to make the diorama. Then I want to make the actual animation of toy soldiers, which is going to be very difficult to film with the small little figurines and everything like that. But hopefully I can get it done. And now I think I'll just do some random questions that pop up a lot and get asked a lot, but I don't have any comment examples at the moment. One such question is, what do I draw with? Or what app do I use? What program do I use? Well, for my drawings, I use an app called, well, sorry if I mess up the pronunciation, but it's called Tasasui Sketches. I'll put a screenshot up, but yeah, it's a drawing app that I really enjoy. It's pretty good, easy to use, lots of layers, and yeah, I've really enjoyed using it, and it's a pretty good app. Another question I get asked is sub for sub, and the answer to that is no. Well, that seems to be just about all the questions I was asked and have been asked. Thanks again for all those who asked questions, and once again, a big thanks to all of my 1,000 subscribers. In fact, while I'm working on this video right now, I think it's at 1,051 subscribers, which is absolutely great. This is just wonderful. I'm so glad for all of you, and thanks for tuning in, and see you later in upcoming videos. Bye.